It's been very, very, very heavy Rangers recently, but I think we all know why. But it's time to turn our attentions to the other side of Glasgow. And yes, for everyone outside of Glasgow, we'll get to all the other teams in a minute. We have talked about the Premier Sports Cup a lot. And also, tonight, St Mirren, Kelly, give me a hell yeah. Crack open a Steve Weiser and enjoy the fit back, because it's back. But anyway, let's talk about Matt O'Reilly. And there seems to be a trend here, folks. Teams are just bidding around 14 million for this guy. We've seen that team, the mighty team at Atlanta, bid 14.3 million for Matt O'Reilly, and now we have seen a bid worth 14 million plus add-ons for Matt O'Reilly be rejected by Celtic. So what does that mean for Matt O'Reilly and the Celtic future? Well, for whatever reason, these clubs just seem to value Matt O'Reilly at 14 million. I think he's worth more than that. I think he is worth about 25 million in that ballpark. I think 14 million is too cheap, but you know, the more teams that bid around 14 million, Celtic are probably going to be thinking, every team's bidding 14 million. Why is none of the teams wanting to cash up the 25 million that we are demanding? But, you know, call a spade a spade. If Rangers had a 23-year-old midfielder producing the numbers that Matt O'Reilly was producing, you know, I would absolutely, I would want 25 million, so I'm not going to pretend, he plays for Celtic, he's only worth 14, he's only worth 1.4. Absolutely freaking not, damn it. Absolutely not, everybody, alright? So we need to reel that in. We need to stop talking about that, alright? We just need to accept that Matt O'Reilly is worth a decent bit of money. Is he worth 50, 60 million? No. Not many people that will ever grace this league again will be worth that sort of money. But yeah, Celtic still holding out for that 25 million roundabout there, and they've rejected it. Can't really say I am massively surprised. But a guy who's actually coming into Celtic, Paulo Bernardo, he's on his way to Celtic permanently. 3.4 million. Benfica have retained 30% of any sell-on fee for the 22-year-old midfielder, who of course spent last season on loan at Celtic. Good spell for Bernardo. He wasn't a standout man, but he contributed to them. And talking of Bernardo's, who's that beside Bernardo Silva? It is, in fact, Hugo Bueno. Hugo Bueno. He is a left back that currently plays for Wolves, and Celtic are trying to sign him on loan. They are hoping to get the deal done. Now, if you remember, there was links with this big man. I say big man, he's probably about a diddy man, considering he's a left back, but they tried to get him in January, didn't exactly work. Currently no agreement in place. Bueno is behind Ryan at Nuri at Molyneux, with the Algerian international clearly becoming first choice under Gary O'Neill. So Gary O'Neill, not a big fan of Hugo Bueno. Celtic are big fans of Hugo Bueno, and they absolutely want the guy in the bloody door. It would be a pretty good loan signing for me. Would fill up the left back position without having to spend any proper, hard cash, of course. Bernabé is away. Greg Taylor's the only guy in there. I mean, is it a short-term fix to a long-term problem? Yeah. That's what I would say. I would absolutely say that. I would agree with that. I want to agree with that. But in terms of other Celtic news, there's not really an awful lot floating about. But you know what? Sometimes you dig your own grave, and Rangers have dug their own grave, guys, because Rangers, it's awful start to pre-season training, right? And their lack of transfers. Believe it or not, that's going to have an impact on what Celtic do. If Rangers plucked, 40 million at their arse and somehow went and spent it, Celtic would have signed. But Celtic are in a position with the port like, we've won this league title for a ball's even been kicked, and that's the sad reality that we're looking at. And for all the Celtic fans crying out for players, the Celtic board know. Say Celtic, right? Don't lose anyone, don't sell anyone, and don't buy anyone. They've won this league. I don't know what it would take, and I wish I wasn't sitting here saying that. But you know what? I'm not going to fucking happy clap. See, when it comes to booking my season predictions, I think I'm going to put Rangers in it first. No, because I've got a fucking pair of eyes and I'm sick of defending this group of players and putting them in at first place every season. It's not going to happen. I'll put Celtic in at first place. We'll have to wait and see. But anyway, guys, that's your latest transfer news. Till next time, peace.